All right, all right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. Good afternoon. Wednesday, May 28th. We are approaching the end of the month already, and the training month, and also, well, summer is starting. Here in Europe, I can say it's pretty stormy. Not nice. I'm actually heading to the south of Europe, to Spain, and next week you catch some sun. Because this sucks. It is bad. Cool. But you guys don't care about the weather. You care about what we're gonna do today. Where are we going to make our money? And let's talk about that right now. Cool. Before I do that, press that like button, destroy it. Would be awesome. And cool. So for today, for news, we have PM session news. Says FOMC meeting minutes. Don't confuse it with the FOMC rate decision. That's not today. That is on June 18th. So don't be fooled. Not already. Of course, it can give some volatility. So if you get a choppy AM session, of course, the PM session will give the volatility. I'm going to talk about Nasdaq in a second. If there's pairs you want me to look at, please share them in the chat. And I want to start with the dollar. Looking at the current trajectory. Here on the weekly, we are still pretty bearish. Dropping to the lower time frame, we are short-term pretty bullish. Pretty bullish. We are even, after today, creating a daily bullish fair value gap. That it would be interesting for price to see, like, hey, if we come back here, do we respect that to then trade higher, back into the range? Or are we just going to ignore that to just trade lower and lower and lower? For now, I am neutral on that. Like, we're creating a pretty nice 4-hour structure. Let's remove all this stuff so you have a better view. For value gap 1 here, value gap 2, for value gap 3, like on the 4-hour, all the arrays are respected. I'm now curious what we do inside here. Is for our bearish value gap. Because if we now close over this, these up close candles becomes a breaker. There's a bullish breaker to trade higher. So for the USD pairs, I'm pretty neutral today. I think there are better pairs to look at. Hey Avila, good morning. I think there's better pairs to look at than the USD pairs, but hypothetically, if DXY wants to go higher, that means the dollar pair is going lower. I want to short AUD USD. Why? Looking at the higher time frame. Here, this area, weekly and daily bullish for value gap. I think that could be definitely on the cards. Also looking at the current structure. Maybe I'm gonna even look already to that setup today. We have a balanced price range here. Yeah, maybe already today. I think there are higher probability setups, so I'm gonna share that in a sec. But I'm definitely gonna look for what price does inside this bearish for value gap, then potentially trade lower. There's gonna be a 10. We have open in 10 minutes and a new 1-hour candle to see what we do there. But then we're going lower towards this area here. I think it's pretty obvious. All the failure swings here with a key level below it. This is just a very nice sell side liquidity pool. I really like that. Cool. Well, and if the dollar wants to trade lower, that means DXY, the dollar is going higher, then I think GBP USD would be nice. But for now, it's a bullish dollar short term. So I'm gonna look more towards shorts than for longs. But let's look at the indices. Like, whoa, like the bank holiday week played out like pretty nice. I missed the move yesterday. I was not in. But looking at the current price action, this to me looks like we tapped into the daily for value gap here. This looks to me like a market maker buy model. Vertical consolidation, carbon reversal for value gap 1, for value gap 2, value gap 3, and now we're trading higher towards its equal highs. So for today, lowering fruit target is going to be the highs here. We also have a daily bearish for value gap above this structure right here. Actually, after today, keep in mind, after today, we have a daily bullish value gap here. So keep it in mind. Keep it in mind. We already tapped to the 4-hour value gap during London. And during, I think, 6 a.m. Yeah, 6 a.m. Nasdaq just woke up with a very bullish idea. The point of interest for this session for me is going to be right here. I want to see what we do inside this 1-hour bullish value gap to trade higher. That's the game plan. For Mr. or Miss Nasdaq. Similar for ES. Also, market maker buy model. Where's the highs? So that's the buys for the indices, and I think we can catch a nice trade on that today. Just want to wait at the open. So basically want to have a sell-off at the open. Ideally with an SMT with ES, we can even tap into the London lows if we want deeper. I want to see a buy structure being formed after the open. So it would be nice like this that we're going to sell off right now and just wait for the buy structure. Then GPJPY is one of my top plays. I actually took a loss on it with an aggressive entry earlier today. Of course, full transparency. I removed it, but we have with an SMT here during London, and we tapped into the fair value gap here. Then we have an order block. I think it took it somewhere here. Stop loss, yeah, just bad stop loss, because I was like, if it comes back, I don't want to be in, because then I would take the second bullet. I want to give it 2 bullets here. I want to do this, but now I'm in between those ideas. Not very nice. So I'm gonna delete it right there. But for now, for the session, zoom out. What do we have? We have a 1-hour market maker buy model on our hands. So I have a long idea, and I think this long idea can play out pretty soon. I just don't like the consolidation. But we still have the SMT with Euro JPY. We have 2 SMTs actually. There's SMT here. So for the open, I'm going to look at what we are doing inside the 15-minute bullish value gap to potentially take a long position. And you can even take a bigger position here, because if you like lowering fruit target would just be this Asia high. But we have Tuesday high. Ideally, just the completion of the market maker buy model. It's gonna be like a bigger trade. That would mean like for this, like this is gonna be like another intraday trade. Look at the points; it's about 150 points for 1 to 3. Something like this could also definitely be a nice option. Got a next payout today from Funded Next based on this trade from last week on gold. That's a nice bridge. Because like before I go, like I'm not affiliated in any ways, but Funded Next, their payout speed is just ridiculously fast. It's like I got my payout paid in like 5 hours or something, and that is also their selling point. That's what they're promoting. But I was like, I want to test that. I requested a $2,100 payout, and it was there within like I requested it just after midnight, and I woke up, it was there. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. No promotion or anything, no affiliate links. Just I think I was pretty impressed. Talking about gold, this was last week, and as you can see, took many gold trades past couple of weeks, and I think I want to continue doing that. But for now, I'm in between 2 ideas, and I shared it also in the Skool group earlier today. And I want to put it up the screen really fast. Let me check. Because every day, like you can see, I share my biases in the Skool group. Well, I'm just gonna analyze it here. So there are basically 2 options. Option 1 is that we are going to take out last week's low into the daily fair value gap again, and then trade higher with an SMT with silver, or we're going to do that earlier, and that's going to be from the point where we are right now. Order block, fair value gap, I prefer, I would like to see today just selling off towards the 70s here. I'm not going to take that. I'm going to wait for that. Ideally, my ideal model will be like this. Taking out previous week's low and then go higher. Zooming out again. I really want to zoom out because the higher time frame is where everything happens. What do you see? Even the 1 hour. This to me looks like a market maker buy model. Carbon reversal. Completion here, completion here. That's why I'm taking so many trades. Like we are in a market maker buy model. That means I want to look for buy opportunities. Look at here after we sweat the daily for value gap. But now we are reacting for my daily CB, also a 4-hour CB. So short term we could be bearish. That's why I'm gonna wait until we get some confirmation on that. I just want to see like massive candles up. And please share in the chat. Where are you guys looking at? Where do you want me to look at? So I only took one trade so far this week, and it was on this loss. I'm definitely open to take it again. I'm gonna monitor it during the open. We are open in 2 minutes. Also Nasdaq I'm gonna monitor. And also potentially AUD USD. And if I miss the move for AUD USD, and here I'm gonna give you a little peek in the future. I think we're gonna create a very nice market maker buy model from this level. So if you miss this move, I'm definitely gonna look for buy opportunities on AUD USD in the coming few weeks. How deep will Nasdaq decline before making newer highs? Great question. So if you go to Nasdaq, when I do that kind of analysis, like, hey, do we get retracements? I zoom out. So starting with the weekly, we have a weekly bullish value gap here, but that's like on a 700s. We're like 800 points away from that. So I don't expect price to come back to that weekly value gap. We moved away too much. So I disregard that. Then on the daily, we tap into this daily bullish value gap on Friday. So be bullish. On the 4-hour, we already traded here. Of course, it was during the bank holiday, but we traded into the 1 and 4-hour value gap, displaced higher from that. So this area where we are right now, I think could already be an area where you could look for longs. And that's what I'm going to do also during the open, which is in a few seconds. I'm going to look for buy structure here. If there's no buy structure created and we're going lower, I'm going to look for it after we sweep long and low. So basically 2 options, and let's just see on the lower time frame which one we will have. And also, if we're just going to rockets upwards right now at the open, I'm not in. I'm just waiting. Like I missed the move also yesterday. Very simple. For my model, I don't use, for example, inversion for value gaps. Like I wait for price to make aggressive sells, aggressive buys, and then come back to order block breaker for value gap right here. This is my entry. If price does not come back like yesterday, like it's just going up without retracement, what can happen? Then you just miss the move. You just journal it like a miss move. Cool. So option 1, like this. Option 2, I would say, is from here. And on the lower time frame in these levels, I'm just looking for buy structure. It means displacement, breaking structure, for value gap higher. Similar to what we had yesterday, like this. This is my favorite structure. We're accumulating, staircasing lower, aggressive sells, aggressive buys, and then here's the entry. This. But the entry was not there, so no trade. Same, you're just gonna copy it. Like maybe you already recognized it here. It's the same. Aggressive sells, aggressive buys. Just similar as yesterday. And if you look at the A+ setup on the YouTube channel I shared, it's exactly the same. You wait for structure, in key levels. And I think key levels for Nasdaq today are 1 hour for value gap or London low. Ethereum is waking up as well for the crypto bros in the chat. Cool. So let's see how it opens. Our friends in New York. Hey, David, good morning. What about Bitcoin? It looks like it's just going up. And right, what can you do when markets are expanding like this? Do you wait or go on a lower time frame? I wait. I wait. An example as well is this move on Nasdaq recently, like this move from the Friday to the Monday open. When that happens, I also mentioned I'm not trading. I hate to see it because I obviously want to be in these kind of moves. But if it happens, I'm not in. I wait for retracements to this kind of race, like this daily for value gap. If I miss that move, yeah, sucks it as well. But you've no choice to just hunt again. But always based on the PD race. And to be more specific, highs and lows for value gaps. That's what I use most. So going to Bitcoin on the daily, a pretty nice market maker buy model right here. Look at the weekly. We have a weekly bullish value gap here. I'm not sure if it wants to go back there, but I don't trade Bitcoin. So, and I didn't test it too much to say like, hey, these models work exactly on Bitcoin as well. But with the amount of money coming into crypto, like the institutional money, I think crypto will be more ready to trade with IC concepts. Because what you do with IC concepts is just basically following institutional signatures in price. And the more liquidity that's there in the market, the better these concepts will work. GameStop just bought 4,700 Bitcoin. That's insane. That's like hundreds of millions. Yeah, cool. Cool. I think GME is one of the most fun companies in the world. Like I saw one of their the documentaries about the GameStop Sega, all the people are like shorting and longing at the same time. Greetings from Ghana, key trades. Greetings, greetings. Trust you are good. I am good. I am good. Let's see if my trading is also good today. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. You're just open a few minutes. I would hate to see Nasdaq just rocket upwards because then I will again not be in. And I got the question in DMs a few days ago, like, why am I not in these kind of moves? So, for example, why not take the trades, let's say here, and then do it, for example, like this, whatever. Like let's say this wants to. And the reason for that is very simple. It's not my model. Like my model is waiting for price to come back to these areas and then take it. And once I start taking these kind of trades, which could, of course, work out and make money, I deviate from my model. I deviate what I know it's working. And that's a slippery slope. So yes, it sucks, and you have like crazy FOMO sometimes. We're like, oh no. Especially yesterday. Yesterday was not fun. I was like, shit. Like it was so obvious. It want to go higher. This was my model here. I'm just waiting for price to come back to the area. Did it come? Sucks. But it's so normal. So same here, same today. So let's see what we do at the open. In the meantime, just chilling. Chilling with you guys. Chilling with you guys. I am finalizing the new YouTube video. It's probably coming up or later today or early tomorrow. It's gonna be about kill zones and how to use it, also with the indicator of the kill zones. Some examples. Gonna be a banger video again. Like personally, I think with the recent videos I post on YouTube about liquidity, about market structure, about market maker models, about daily bias, all that stuff, I know people who sell $500 courses with the exact same information. So you want to save that money, you might want to check it out. I got stalled because I entered before 9:30. It was more than obvious. Gotcha. I can tell you how many times I didn't get into a trade by a tick when I was scalping with it. Gotcha, gotcha. Cool. So the buy side liquidity pool is going to be taken right now. Let's see what we do after that. And I think we're gonna get our answers on gold. Hopefully, that is if it sells off to the 70s to the weekly low. Cool. So now we took it. Here we do now. We'll take a quick peek on that same high on ES. Right there. Not taken, but it is an S&T. So what just happened is that all the people who sold here, sold all the way here, are now stopped out like this. Their stops are above here, but buy side liquidity. Also, gold is selling off. So looking for structure to form after we take daily lows. This daily low, this daily low. Cool. So let's see if we can get an entry on GBJPY. Well, this is as expected. See how we do with the premium raise, right? For a scalping model, you could be like, I'm not scalping this, but a scalp model, you could scalp back to this 1 hour bullish value gap. Also reaction from the buy side liquidity level as expected. I was waiting. Cool. Hey, good morning, buyer Sakan. Welcome, welcome. The JPY pairs are going up. So the market maker buy model is still coming in on both JPY pairs, which is good. I'm gonna try to catch a retracement on this. Again, trade towards the highs here. May 13 highs. Basically playing a daily internal to external. Daily internal to external, 1 hour market maker buy model. Why is gold so bearish? It's currently reacting from a daily bearish for value gap. A little crowded here on the chart. I want your eyes to go to here. So from a discount array or like a premium array, you can expect some form of reaction, and you see that here. I am still bullish, higher time frame on gold. And if you're a higher time frame bullish, then it's nice to have some sell off to like grab some liquidity. So that's why my bias for today is taking out some form of liquidity before continuing the up move. And I'm just basically waiting for price to create some more buy structure. That's already here, fine. We have an SMT with silver. Yeah, exactly. It needs to go to draw liquidity. And to be honest, I've been very patient this week with the trades. Like, it's Wednesday AM, and I've taken like one trade. I took it earlier today. because I'm waiting for my setups to appear, and have not appeared yet. So that's, of course, you want to press buttons, you want to get in the action, but if it's not there, it's not there, and I just wait. For example, here, what just sucks, I took a bad execution here on GPJPY. Got stopped out right here before the move in London. That's just bad from my side, but it's okay. It's okay. That can happen. I want to do a little intraday trade, and now I'm just waiting basically for a retracement on a GPJPY, all based on a 1 hour market buy model. Waiting and waiting. So now for Nasdaq, let's see what we do in the 5-minute bullish value gap, bearish value gap. Yeah, for sure. Like most traders don't need the new entry model. They just need handcuffs for sure. They need to find something to do with their time. Cool. So we have FOMC coming in, PM session, could give some nice price action. I think FOMC minutes could hint at potential rate cuts. That would mean higher prices during the minutes news event. Most of the time, FOMC minutes is just a nothing burger, just chills, does nothing. You don't expect too much. For gold, you don't need SMT with AU per se, no. For gold, I use SMT with silver. So we have an SMT short term. If you're gonna create buy structure right now, I'm already good for longs. Like we don't need to come back. It would just be very fucking nice. It would be very nice. We don't need to do it. We have an SMT already to lows. Asia low. Oh yeah, for AG, yeah, I use just like I use with Nasdaq. I use ES as SMT. I use silver and gold as well. And the only thing I saw so far was a very small scalp towards the 1 hour for value gap that gave you like, what is it, like 40 points. I'm not per se hunting for a scalp right now. I think I want to take a little bigger trade. Dollar just took London high and rejected. When people think about trading, they think about the fast and flashy lifestyle. Most of the time during these sessions, it's just every trader just watches the screen like for like 2-3 hours straight. Nothing to do, just chilling. I think it's pretty funny. AUDUSD looks like, yeah, I saw the two on AUDUSD. Also with DXY having the aggressive move. Yes, it could be. Could be. Most of my trades like this, continuation trades, are taken in the following way. Like, for example, here, if your idea is to take it from the 1 hour SIBI, I want price to tap into it, leave a wick. So I wait for a closure below the fair value gap, and then I'm in. So most of my entries are like down here. Something like this. I wait for price to tap in. Not that I just get faked out, we're just going higher. I wait for price to leave a wick, a body closure below the fair value gap, and then I'm in. Cool. So Nasdaq just stopped doing anything. Classic Nasdaq. Just a 10. It just said, nah, I'm good. Have chances, nothing concrete. Yep. So would you wait for the closed hourly candle? Yes, AJ, I would. Yeah. Yeah. What the high probability is when you have a swing high created inside a key level. That means, let's say This is the 10 a.m. candle. Now we're gonna draw the 11 a.m. candle. Let's say this is the 11 a.m. candle. Then at 12, right here, from the start of 12 o'clock, you would have a swing high. This would be this candle created inside a key level. Because we have a lower high on the left, a lower high on the right. So swing high created a key level. So when I see this happening like this, then I'm open to take a trade on the next candle. And what I'm now explaining is something that helped me a lot with like getting faked out, like thinking a value would hold and just blindly trusting it instead of just waiting a little bit more. And yes, your entry will be lower in a short example. It will be here or here. But it's better than just take it blindly and get stopped out. That's how I'm try to execute those trades. Second thing you can do is go to the lower time frame, 1 hour level, 5 minutes structure, or then you can wait for price to create structure like this as well. Either way, my entry will be somewhere here. If you look at all my winning trades, I share them both in the Skool group, but also in the on Twitter and basically everywhere, is that I never have like that cool guru entry that I catch the absolute top in a short example and ride at 1 to 20. That's almost none of my trades. That's a rare example. I just try to catch the move. I don't need to be at the top. I just need to catch the move in and out like a thief. So once you keep doing this stuff every single day, and we on YouTube do this every single Wednesday, but you of course are doing this every single day. You show up, you have your watch list, you know the pairs that could potentially be a nice setup. And then you just go inside your kill zone. This is your kill zone where we're now trading. You wait for price to move as expected. If it does move as expected, you press a button. If it doesn't move as expected, you sit on your hands. And you do it every single day for an unreasonable amount of time. And then you make money. You build data. Just keep showing up. If you struggle with overtrading, revenge trading, FOMO, remember this. Remember the following. Let me type it out. It's a very important thing to remember. It's what I remember when I'm a little tilted or not very. Some days I'm not very nice headspace. I think every trader has that. I didn't remember is your trading losses and wins will never be determined by one trading day. But it means your millions you will make in trading will never be from one day. If you miss a trade or you take just an extra loss that you shouldn't take, it's just one trading day. So for example, today you make some mistakes or there's no setup and you feel like not in a very nice headspace. You're like, well, but this is one trading day. There are like hundreds more coming up. So feel free to note that down in your journal as well. And same here, like I'm streaming. I hope to catch a very nice setup so the whole chat can make money, right? That's of course what my goal is with every time we do a stream. But if there's no setup, there's no setup, and I'm never gonna force it to have some action because of I need to have some action. That doesn't make any sense. Also for AUD USD, let's see if we now get a retracement. or another trade with a reaction. Cool. While we wait for a setup, are there any questions, frameworks, areas you want to look over? We're just waiting and chilling. For GJ, I'm waiting for price to come back into the 15-minute booster value gap. Or after this 1 hour candle, we also have a 1 hour booster value gap. So same for, let's say, AUD, what I mentioned, like I want to wait for what price does inside that. I'm going to do exactly the same for GBJPY. So when it comes in there, it's going to be after 10, so starting 11. Let's see, okay, do we create that structure there? How do we trade the DEX now? Let me check the DEX. I haven't checked the DEX this week because it was such in a high position. Let's see if we already did some. This weekly candle has no wick at the bottom. That's interesting. Okay, so the DEX on the monthly, explosive month. The German economy has been crazy. Internal to external, like here from Friday. Similar move as Nasdaq, obviously. And well, I think the DEX is still at all-time high. So all-time highs is very simple. You don't short all-time high. You wait for retracement and long again. So now, like I have, like we are so bullish. Like even with this candle, I'm not going to short it. Never do that. Because you're very bullish. You could just go make a new all-time high, a new all-time high, a new all-time high. Ideally, you want to long every time price makes that retracement. So now we're getting into a one or a daily order block coming in pretty soon. Also what I can see, a 4 hour bullish value gap. Let's see if it holds. Massive order block here. Order block and breaker. No, I'm pretty neutral on the DEX, to be honest. I think Friday was a very nice opportunity. Price traded into the weekly bullish value gap. Weekly internal to external, that's basically just completed. Like before this week, it was like this. Doji. That's why it's not on the list. I just waited. But it made a internal to external. It took out previous week's high right now. And we did that today or yesterday. So then I'm neutral again. So there's almost always a reason why a pair is not on the list. And that's always to do with the higher time frame. It looks nice or not, in my opinion. Did I get an aha moment in trading? How did you get there? I think I never had the aha moment. I just made every mistake on the book, and I asked a lot of mentors how I could not make the mistakes I was making. I think the biggest like aha or breakthrough moment had nothing to do with the technicals. It had to do with learning how to lose. I spent a lot of time with my mentors on learning how to lose. Because in general, traders are people who want to make a lot of money. They don't want to work for a boss. They are kind of entrepreneurial. And in general, all those personalities all have one thing in common, that is a big ego. And when you have a big ego, and I think 99% of traders has a big ego because that's why you're attracted to trading. And I'm okay if that's an unpopular opinion. But because of that, you don't like to lose, because if you lose, you are a loser. And because you have a big ego, you don't like losing. And that gives you an error, and that can invite tilts. And that is a very slippery slope. And before you know it, you have all your accounts blown. The aha moment for me is learning how to lose. What is a breaker? A breaker is a PD array. And while I'm going to answer that, I'm going to also refer to a YouTube video I created about breakers. I think that can explain it way better than I'm going to do it now on stream. Breaker. I'm going to do it. Go. Breaker deal on trades. I explained it as part of the unicorn setup. So I'm going to put it in the chat right now. Victory. That's the video. And now I'm going to explain it on stream. So a breaker, we're going to see an example of a breaker. That is the down close candles right here. So a breaker is the following. Here are the lines. So price trades higher and higher and higher. It breaks and it goes lower. Series of down close candles or make the move. That gets broken. So for example, here you have a high, you have a low, you have a high, low, higher high, lower low. So this series of down close candles is a bearish breaker. See if we can find another one on the bullish side. Right here, you have a low, a high, a lower low, and a higher. This is the last series of up close candles before the move that gets broken. So here, this is why the setup from yesterday was so nice. I'm still not very happy that we didn't get the entry, because we had an order block for value gap and breaker in the same area. This is like textbook area for an entry. And what's most powerful, if you use it, the breaker with a value gap overlapping, it's called the unicorn setup. And that's the link I just sent in the chat. Bitcoin on the weekly. I would say this is a bullish breaker. Right there. Most of the time, how it works, like with a reversal model, is let's say we're going to do a long example. We trade lower and lower, lower. We trade to a key level. Then you break structure and go higher. This is like your textbook model. And what happens in this area is you have a liquidity sweep. What I'm now going to show you is like basically how all my setups are formed. Liquidity sweep into a key level. Let's say this is the key level. Then we break structure. The series of down close candles that made the low is an order block. Let's say this right here. The order block. Most of the time you have displacement, leaving her fair value gap. Any series of up close candles before that move is the breaker. So right here. Breaker. You also most of the time have a inversion for value gap. That's the last for value gap before low. So this depiction, you have like 6 different concepts in one depiction. And when you have this, then it's the question, okay, but not in all scenarios you will have all these present. And that's so true. And your goal as a trader is step one of two. Step one is which of these PD arrays, because these are PD arrays, breakers, order blocks, value gaps, do you like to see the most? I like for value gaps and order blocks the most. I use them the most in my trading. Second is build data on that, like only using value gaps and order blocks, for example, or only using breakers or unicorns. And just have as a rule of thumb, the more PD arrays, in this example, discount arrays, because we're in a long example, the more discount arrays are supporting your trade idea, the better. Look, for example, I think I can show you a nice example here on the gold trades from last week. This one. No, this is a very bad execution. This is better. This is better. Hold on. Yeah. So right here we have a Monday daily low sweep. So we have a value gap here. Well, we have an inversion value gap here first of all. Right here, the inversion value gap. It gets tapped 2 times. Inversion value gap. We have a normal for value gap. We have an SMT with silver at the lows after we sweep the liquidity. We have an order block right there. That's these here down close candles. You see, we don't trade away very aggressively, but you see how the structure is holding up pretty nice. Like I did not take my trade here. I waited for the reaction here. Boom. And from that point, we are on. Like we have for value gaps, multiple. Well, let's do it in 5 minutes. You can also do it in 1 minute, but let's do it in 5 minutes. Where is it? Here. No, hold on. I lost it. Oh, here. I took so many trades on gold. I really liked it. Okay, so my entry was right here. Order block, breaker, for value gap. When I saw this candle, you could be in. Then target was, I think, equal highs. I think my TP was here. Yeah. Look how many of those are present. Oh, here, there it is. Right here. This is how I break down all my trades. In the Skool model, you look for aggressive moves. Is that important? Well, most of the time, after you take a daily high or low, you see some reaction. So an example we saw today as well. So the equal highs you have right here. So these are 2 daily highs. Last week's Monday, last week's Wednesday, basically. 2 daily highs. From that point, you have a pretty, like the Skool model did not be there, but the Skool model was displacement. Here you take it, boom, lower. You didn't get it today. But after you take a daily liquidity pool, most of the time you see some form of reaction. That's where the model is based around. And you just wait for the reaction. If it comes, you take a trade. If it doesn't come, you just chill. Cool. Okay, looking at the time right now, guys. It's already 10:30. I'm going to close stream very soon. I am going to look for the rest of the day how we trade it to this 1 hour SIBI. Then we take shorts. What would help there if we start displacing lowers on the 5-minute, leave a value gap and start expecting that. For NASDAQ, I think we are going to see long and low being swept. I still have the bullish bias, but I'm open for price to trade lower here. Makes sense that we have some form of retracement. I think the drawn liquidity for this week will be the daily for value gap, so that's where I'm gonna trade my trades around, but no trade yet. And on GBP/JPY, potential long idea, 1 hour market maker buy model, and gold. But gold hasn't done anything, so no executions. There are some trade ideas, but the cool thing is you come back tomorrow with the same trade ideas and you see if they are present there. If they are, you take it. If they're not, you don't take it. Go from there. Cool. Cool. So that's it for today, guys. Later today, I hope I can get it live today. Otherwise, early tomorrow, I'll send a message on the socials. Very nice video coming up on kill zones. A very important one. Very important one in your trading. And yeah, cool. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. If you liked today, if you learned something today, drop a W in the chat. Also, press the like button on the stream. It would help a lot. And if you're not subscribed yet, well, I don't know what to tell you. You're missing out on some insane value coming from a very objective source. No, okay, guys. Have an amazing rest of your Wednesday. Make sure that you don't blow your account also before our red folder at 2 p.m. during FOMC meeting minutes. And enjoy the rest of your day. Cool. See ya. Bye. Bye.